There's always a place for a rhododendron in every yard. However, there's a few things in Kamloops that are a little bit different than maybe the lower mainland would experience. And the first one here is very, very evident. And you look at the plant and yes, it's flowering and it's still quite green. However, it's not doing as well as it could. And the first thing that I notice when I come to a yard like this is you have rock around the plant. Now, rhododendrons are very shallow rooted. So what has happened is that during the winter, it's colder and the rock actually conducts the cold a lot more to a very shallow root system. So what happens is that you get that cold going and you get some dieback. And also the rock has no insulation factor. So there again, it doesn't protect the plant's shallow root system. So then you have this winter with no snow, so you get that dehydration because guess what? There's no moisture. You add into that the soil here and in typical areas in Kamloops is very hard and alkali and clayey. And guess what? That's not really good in what a rhododendron needs. It needs good moisture, but it needs well-drained soil. Being shallow rooted, the best situation is to actually have organic matter here and even peat moss. What I'd actually do is take the rock away, put some peat moss here. That does two things. One, insulates the shallow root system. Two, adds moisture and holds moisture so we don't get this dehydration problem. Now that the damage is done, what do we do? Well, we're going to have to actually prune this back to give it some more vigor, and we're going to fertilize it quite heavily with an acid-loving fertilizer. So we got to cut this back. So we're going to go actually into the greenwood, and if you look really closely at the greenwood, there's actually nodes that you can see where the leaves are going to come out of, and just kind of clean it up so that we have a more well-balanced shrub like so. And you know what? I'd actually take off all the flowers right now. I know that's why you had it, but it's more stress on the plant. So eliminate all the flowers as well, deadhead them, and get the plant growing again and get some vigor in it. So after you've clipped off all the flowers and shaped the rhododendron, then you'll add in an acid-loving rhododendron azalea food, probably a handful around this plant to give it that little kick before the end of the season and so that it actually develops some buds for next year. So there you go, a few things that you need to do now and in the fall to get your rhododendron looking amazing for next year.